How important is the maritime sector to the economy of the country? It is given the remittances of Filipino seafarers is $5 billion yearly. Now, how important is their vote in the elections? Will they make a difference for any presidential bet to win in the elections? And joining us tonight on NewsLife is Captain Ren Enrile, Vice Chairperson of the Ankla Partylist in Congress. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Now, sir, to start us off, with Congressman Jesulito Manalo in the House, now, Filipino seafarers are getting more attention now. Now, what support has the administration and the government given our seafarers?
Well, actually, now we have the support of the government. We have established the Marina as the single maritime administration. So we hope that the documentations of the seafarers will be simplified. We're working on this one. We're coordinating with Marina. And it's very important because we need to deploy seafarers at a given time.
Now, what kind of reforms and support are being given right now to our seafarers?
At the moment, the government is looking at ways on how we can improve. And in Congress, Congressman Manalo filed a bill which is the Anti-Ambulance Chasing Act. This is to protect the interest of the Filipino seafarers. And also we are working to have a strong Philippine registry that would Filipino seafarers, that would benefit the country in terms of the taxes that we will collect from the ship owners.
Now, is this boosting the competitiveness of our seafarers to be the #1 hire internationally?
Well, at the moment, 1 out of 4 seafarers in the world are coming from the Philippines. So I would say that we are still #1 and we want to remain as #1. So with the help of the government, we believe that we can, instead of having 1 out of 4, we look at having 2 out of 4 or maybe 3 out of 4.
Now, having experienced support from the current administration, is this the reason why the Partylist group Ankla is supporting Mar Rojas as its president next year?
Definitely yes, because we have seen how Secretary Mar has worked for the maritime industry. During his term at the DILG, he was instrumental for convincing the president to sign EO 75, because during that time there was a threat from the European Union on banning the Filipinos because of the system that we have here.
Now, what is the current count of our seafarers abroad?
At the moment, we have 400,000 seafarers on board ships at any given time, and we have 1 million registered seafarers.
Now, how strong and how solid is this group?
Well, we are very solid. We're united. And if you look, if we have 1 million seafarers, if they have 5 dependents, we are a strong 5 million. We have 5 million strong members of the industry. And this only accounts for the international seafarers. This doesn't count the number of people working in the shipyard and also in the allied services in shipping.
Now, basing from last elections, how solid or the percentages in terms of how many vote during elections?
Well, now since our voices have been heard in Congress, we believe that we can muster easily 1 million votes.
Now, how strong do you think this is going to be? How significant is this going to be in the next elections?
Well, it will be very significant. This would really, our support for Secretary Mar is there. We want him to continue the Daang Matuwid, and hopefully we can help Secretary Mar.
Now, if this pans out, and hypothetically, let's say Secretary Mar Rojas does win next year, now, what do you expect in return? What kind of programs will you be pushing for administration support so as to elevate the lives of our seafarers abroad?
Well, we need the executive to work for the seafarers. We do have a lot of things that we can do to become the maritime power of the world. We are now the maritime manpower, but doing the making it easier for the ship owners to build ship in the Philippines. As you know, we do have Chunesi and Hanjin now employing thousands of Filipinos. And with that, why not give the Filipinos opportunity to build their own ships and improve the domestic shipping here?
Now, having said that, now what is the current status of our shipbuilding industry here in the Philippines, and what kind of support is needed for our shipbuilding industry to actually be competitive and for us to be the go-to place?
We need to give incentives to the shipbuilders, because if you look at Chunesi and Hanjin, they enjoy a good incentives, tax incentives. So the Filipino shipbuilders should be given some incentives to be competitive in the market.
And finally, sir, next steps, what do we see in terms of reforms and programs for our seafarers?
Well, we do have a lot of programs. We do have a lot of bills filed in Congress by Congressman Manalo, and that would really help and protect the interests of the seafarers and improve the quality of lives and make our country the maritime nation.
Okay, on that note, thank you very much for joining us here at NewsLife. That was Captain Ren Enrile, Vice Chairperson of Ankla Partylist. Thank you so much.
Thank you.